Play Watford 06 Man City Aguero hat-trick leads rout 243 3-goal Sergio Aguero was the star for Manchester City as they embarrassed Watford 243,738 p.m. BST. Sergio Aguero completed a hat-trick as Manchester City produced a superb away performance to demolish Watford 60 at Vicarage Road and go top of the Premier League. City's high confidence showed from the off with Kevin De Bruyne the star of the show as they piled pressure on their previously unbeaten hosts. The Belgium international played in Aguero, whose chip brushed the roof of the net, and after Watford had come close through Richarlison, his free kick was headed in by Aguero with 27 minutes gone. City doubled the lead 4 minutes later when David Silva set up Aguero at the far post, and with half-time still to come they struck again when Aguero turned provider for Gabriel Jesus. Watford emerged with purpose after the break, Andre Carrillo curling an effort narrowly off target, but City got a fourth when De Bruyne crossed for Nicolas Otamendi to head home and soon made it 5 when Aguero completed his hat-trick. And with a minute remaining, Raheem Sterling completed the rout from the penalty spot after being brought down inside the area. Liverpool were left frustrated at Anfield as Burnley held them to a 11 draw. After a subdued start, Liverpool were shocked when the visitors went in front as Robbie Brady headed the ball across from the left and it came to Scott Arfield, who thumped home in the 27th minute. But the Merseysiders responded within 3 minutes as Emre Can released Mo Salah, who cut inside to slot home a low finish. The returning Philippe Coutinho drifted away from a couple of attempted tackles and fired narrowly over as Liverpool began to take control of the game after the break. Burnley could have snatched it in the closing stages when Ben Mee's header was scrambled away by the Liverpool defence, but the home side came even closer when visiting keeper Nick Pope made a fine save from Trent Alexander-Arnold and Dominic Solanke hit the crossbar. Tottenham's Wembley woes came back to bite as they were held to a frustrating goalless draw at home to Swansea. Harry Kane hit the crossbar in the second half and Spurs could have had a penalty when Martin Olsson touched the ball with his hand, but Swansea dug in for a hard-earned point. Mauricio Pochettino's men looked to have turned a corner at their new base after Wednesday's pulsating win over Borussia Dortmund, but this result means they are still winless here in the league this season. Newcastle continued their excellent recent run with a 21 victory over Stoke at St James Park. Stoke had been the brighter side in the early stages, but Newcastle, with Rafa Benitez back in the dugout after illness, took the lead after 19 minutes when Matt Ritchie set up Christian Atsu to score. The home team dominated from that point but missed chances to increase their advantage, with ex-Stoke player Joselu denied by keeper Jack Butland. They were made to pay after 57 minutes when Xherdan Shaqiri levelled, sliding home a tidy finish, but regained the lead when Jamal Lascelles headed home a little over 10 minutes later. US international DeAndre Yedlin played the full 90 minutes in his first appearance of the season for Newcastle after recovering from a hamstring injury suffered in pre-season. Roy Hodgson's first game in charge of Crystal Palace ended in a 10-home defeat as an early Stephen Davis strike sealed the points for Southampton, and the Londoners made it 5 Premier League matches without a goal. Palace made a positive start as the former England manager looked on from the home dugout, with Christian Benteke getting down the left and swinging in a cross that caused problems before being cleared. But after only 6 minutes, the struggling Eagles were behind as Davis played in Dusan Tadic down the right, and when his cross was pushed out by Wayne Hennessy, Davis followed up to side foot into the corner. And they were unable to muster a response as they set an unwanted Premier League record for the longest run without a goal at the start of a season. Leicester City recovered from a goal down to take a point in a 11 draw at Huddersfield Town. The Terriers began strongly as they looked to make amends for a disappointing defeat at West Ham, and Tom Ince almost found Laurent Depoitre with a cross before sending an effort over the top. Leicester were struggling to get going but improved as half-time approached, Jamie Vardy turning inside the area but sending his effort past the post. In a flurry of activity at the start of the second half, the home side took a 47-minute lead when Laurent Depoitre slid the ball beyond Kasper Schmeichel. Leicester levelled within 3 minutes when Andy King was brought down inside the area and Vardy hammered home from the spot, but Huddersfield felt they should have gone back in front when Elias Kachunga headed in, only to be controversially adjudged offside. West Bromwich Albion and West Ham United shared the spoils in a largely uneventful 0-0 draw at the Hawthorns. West Ham's increased confidence after their first win of the season on Monday showed in a bright start, and they almost took the lead in spectacular style with half an hour on the clock. Pedro Obiang, around 40 yards out, saw home keeper Ben Foster off his line and his superb effort crash back off the bar with the keeper beaten, but within moments James Morrison failed to convert a good chance when he completely misconnected with a header. There was controversy when Javier Hernandez was brought down by Ben Foster, racing out of his area, but the home keeper was shown only a yellow card when the West Ham players felt he should have seen red.